who are some of the who is a woman you look up to, or we can say who are some of the women you look up to in Kenya?
In Kenya.
Or some of who are some women you look. But it makes sense if it's in Kenya because we're talking about being a woman in Kenya.
This is the women in Kenya.
Guy, na mimi.
I think it should be open.
Okay.
Outside. Salut tout le monde et bienvenue dans cet épisode de Avec nous, where Kenyan flavor meets French flair.
Aujourd'hui, nous célébrons la Journée internationale des femmes et nous allons dans un sujet très intéressant, être une femme au Kenya. And with me or with us today, we have two amazing guests. Comme d'habitude, very beautiful, very strong women. Are you strong? And very interesting women that we're going to have this discussion with, which is being a woman in Kenya. And I'm just going to let them introduce themselves before we start. Starting from my left. Tell us your name. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Oui.
Thank you, merci. Je m'appelle Clarisse Karoli. Je suis étudiante à l'Université de Nairobi. Je fais le français et la psychologie. Je suis tellement contente d'être ici avec vous aujourd'hui. Merci.
Bienvenue.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Kalina et je suis très contente d'être ici pour ma deuxième fois.
Bienvenue encore.
Oui, merci. Je suis étudiante ici à l'Alliance française et aussi à l'université. Et en même temps, je travaille en tant qu'agent de centre d'appel. Et oui, merci de m'avoir invité.
Bienvenue. Our other guest. Yeah.
Bonjour tout le monde. Je m'appelle Marcy Bodo. Ouais. Je suis animatrice. Je suis aussi professeure et une journaliste. C'est tout.
Pour moi, I haven't had you guys say, but je m'appelle Rochelle et tout d'abord, je suis une femme. I know they can say, but you know now we can't tell. Not everyone will say with
I identify as
women. Yeah, I identify as a woman in Kenya. Yes, I identify as a woman, and today I'm just a woman in Kenya. Yeah.
Premièrement, nous célébrons la Journée internationale de Femmes. Who is a woman you look up to today, or generally in Kenya, or outside the country?
Ok, pour moi, à partir de cette année, il y a cette femme, elle s'appelle Sahara Rose. Oui, elle je sais pas comment dire, mais she does this podcast called Higher Self Podcast. So this year, I'm starting to get into more about getting to know about her spirituality, and so getting to know also more about her and how she's accomplished life, how she's done everything. So I think her story is really inspiring me, and yeah, I think she's someone I've been looking up to.
Nice.
Yes, I should.
So if I see j'ai bien compris la question, je voulais savoir someone that I look up to or someone that I find influential, someone that I someone that motivates me.
Yeah.
For me, it could be, I don't know if you've heard about her, but cette une dame qui s'appelle Mimi. nimemeta. Nimemeta Eleta Matriz. Yeah. And she's also a founder. She founded this program that she uses to help ladies, help girls, help women to, have this thing that you always are afraid of, succeeding. Okay. So what she does basically, she in this foundation of hers really helps, talks about encouraging people, talks about having, how do we say this? Like creating girls to become what they should be, okay? Because dreaming is just not enough. Doing it, that's it. Yeah. So she's very known in Dubai. Actually, that's where she resides. She really helps, and that's what I want to do. Like, yeah.
Okay. Pour moi, there are a couple. The first one will be ma mère. I really admire my mother because she's one of a kind. I'm not just saying it because people say my mom is like me. My mom is, yeah. I also mes tantes, all three of them, in their individual spaces, they are the reason why I stand on business. Yeah. So they've taught me how to, start on business, not take. Yeah. So I learned so much from them and what they've achieved. Other than family, Jules Ha, the creator of Sophia and Bumpy. Yeah. Yeah. Other than the podcast, Jules is I like her because she's been able to beat society's expectations. She recently just turned 37. No man, no kid, and she's living quite the life. It's not like I don't want to, but it's just that she's been able to beat the societal expectations of her. Yeah. Just those.
Okay. Moi, j'aime le premier femme présidente de Liberia, parce que je pense que women in power is just something that touches my heart, and j'aime loi et pouvoir. So having somebody like that to look up to, and other women who've been in power. I love women who are in high position. In fact, I feel like a lot of women should be power. Women should be the right people to lead, because because when you look at it this way, a woman would be doing a job, giving life, being a source of food, and being a source of food, and all these things all at the same time. And then you still say that she cannot lead. So I believe women in leadership. So any woman in leadership, yes.
Okay.
Qu'est-ce que cela signifie pour vous d'être une femme généralement? What is that to you, being a woman, especially in Kenya, but being a woman generally?
I recently thought about this. This is gonna get a bit TMI. We had an event that we had to attend, and in the morning, I realized that my time of the month had started, but I still have to show up. Like I can't make the excuse for you guys. I don't think, and that comes with the all this like mood swings, the cramps, the acne. It's literally a lot. Yeah. And then the week before you go through ovulation, after your time of the month, you go through the luteal phase. Do you actually know, a fun fact is a woman only has 1 week of sanity in a month. So those are like 12 weeks in like how many weeks in a year?
Yeah.
But I still show up to shoot, for example. I still show up and what's the word? Like I'm still able to do so much. So being a woman is, to me, a lot of resilience, which I think that's a part I don't like, but I have no option. But yeah.
Clarisse?
I would say it's very, very nice first to be a woman. Yes. I mean, like you are born and with expectation that one day you'll give back, okay, and then you'll give back to another woman that you'll have to nurture into becoming the woman that will be better than you, okay? That's another expectation. Like that's how the society sees it. We have to, if I give back right now, okay, I give back to a girl, okay, I have to teach her to be better than me, okay? So I think that's something special about being a woman. And then it's very, very, interesting because I'm not trying to be biased or something, but as a woman, I feel like we have this energy. I feel it's so nice to be a woman. Yeah. Despite the challenges, despite us having only 1 week per month of being calm, we don't complain about it. But that's it. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I think I just agree with what Clarissa said. I think one thing that really defines us as being women is our ability to nurture someone inside us, carry them for 6 months, feeding them, drinking water for them, and all that. Just growing someone literally inside your belly. Like, that's almost like being a god, because you're creating someone. So I think that's something that people don't normally see the power of it, because it's not just about nurturing someone, removing them. That's it. You're also like building this person from the moment they're out of the womb to the moment you give them to the world to take care of themselves now. So yeah, I think that's something really powerful that defines being a woman. And yeah, with that comes like the responsibility of doing that. That men normally say what makes them is the responsibility, and then that nurturing a child, that's already a responsibility. The resilience you talked about, the grace it comes with. So yeah, I think that's one reason.
I think I'd say it's a lot of things. Being a woman is being everything. Because you're a caregiver, you're a teacher, you're a doctor, you're literally everything. So for me, being a woman is being everything all the time without rest. Because if your kid is sick at 1 a.m., you wake up, and the father of that kid does not have to, but you will have to. If your kid is crying at 3 a.m. and they are having nightmares and they can't sleep, you will have to. So it's just being everything all at once, all the time until you die.
Yeah. And I think how we've put it, I hear so many of like not negative aspects, but like the challenges. And I just remembered la semaine dernière, j'ai assisté à un événement sur les femmes en pouvoir. And there's one of the panelists, she's called Zubida, if you're in the Zubida, right? If you're in the
Zubida,
media
right.
space, and she said one thing that women should know in Kenya: when you're born, you're really at the bottom of the barrel, because one, you're black, you're African, because being black and being African are two different things, and then you're a woman. So in the spectrum of, you see, when people say white man audacity, it's because white men are literally at the top. They're born, that's silver spoon now. Being born a white man and then being born a black African woman is literally at the bottom of the barrel. So I'd like to ask you, quels sont les défis d'être une femme au Kenya in terms of beauty standards, career expectations, job searching, gender inequality, expectations from societies, career struggles, actually, leave being motherhood, because I don't think any of us here is mom. Or I'm assuming none of us is a mom, but just to just to the point where we are right now as like young women, quels sont les défis that we face living around?
started funny.
Ok. Ok. Pour moi, je veux dire, la première chose que j'ai vue, c'est la colorisme. Yes, I relate to it. Parce que même si nous sommes au Kenya, nous sommes tous au même couleur. We are all like black people. Like colorism still comes in. Even si tu vois dans des médias, parfois il y a toujours que les femmes qui ont le peau, on peut dire plus clair. Oui, it's so hard like to find like us celebrating our blackness. Yeah, so I think that's a major thing we face as women, and it's not only about men, the one doing this, the people doing this to us. I think it's also us women, because when you think about media, you just think about like the people who are put there to talk. Yeah, you won't see a lot of black melanin women. Yeah, so I think that's one major thing that I think we face as women, and mostly we put it on us. Like women are doing this to ourselves. So yeah, that's one thing I can say among many other things. Yeah.
This has really touched on me because when I said j'ai l'intention de poursuivre une métier dans le média, the first question a lot of people were saying is, but you see the people on screen and they don't look like you. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to try?
Or they ask you to be behind the camera.
Yeah. Or are you going to focus on radio? And a lot of people are like, maybe you should do radio. And I love doing radio even before them because I know I have a great voice for radio, not blowing my own horn. But yeah. But the fact that people were very fast to point it out to me, it's almost like people in your own race being, it's like you are mini but you're not it. So that messes with you a bit. And I think that is our biggest factor because even when people are talking marriage, I don't know if you have male friends, I urge you to ask them this question. If you're going for somebody and you would hear them say, I want somebody who's lighter than I am because I'm looking at the color of Maison Fort. And I'm like, that is how you think? Your biggest issue is not your children not getting your color. It's them getting that mentality. Because if you think like that and transfer that to your kids, they'll be light skinned with. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, so even if I say what I want to say, I just want to comment on what she said. I ask myself, like, okay, we're not talking about men, but you said some men say they want someone light skin for the kids, right? So, are you marrying me for the kids? So, it's not about me. It's about the kids. Am I even going to be safe in your hands? Yeah, am I even going to be safe?
Yeah.
What then?
What after the kids come along and then they turn out like, what are you doing?
L'un des défis que je trouve, c'est il faut qu'on change parce que maintenant le monde va mal. Si on ne fait pas quelque chose à changer tout ça, oui, il y a des défis, mais il y a des défis que sont petits et qu'on ne voit pas, ok? We do not see them, but we are affected by them. Okay? Je suis une femme. Oui, il y a aussi notre homme qui a fait le même professionnel. Qui a fait le même métier comme moi. Mais explain to me, why do you think he is better than I am? You have not interviewed any of us. You have not done anything. You don't even know us, but you feel like you should take the guy over
over the lady.
Or if you are to be chosen, you have to keep something.
Yeah, because they still think that we are born to be in the kitchen. But right now, I see in social media there are men who even know how to cook.
Amen to them. God bless them.
So is it true?
One.
Because and cooking. Where did they learn? Where did they learn how to cook? The same way, that thing that motivated them into learning how to cook. That's the motivation we had into becoming the profession that we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they should just scrap off this inequality thing in work profession. Yeah, that's it.
You know, actually, I've asked, like I said, I'm a really vocal, studying on business kind of person. So there's a time I asked an interviewer, what do you think? So it's a small story based on like the challenges. So I went for an interview and we were shortlisted, 4 of us. The first red flag was like they made us go for an interview during Mandamano, not this Gen Z Mandamano, this one's for Raila.
The election, after election.
That one. So these are the ones who are going. And I found it was me and 3 other guys. So the thing is, they didn't know the name Rochelle is for a feminine, which man would be called Rochelle, honestly. So they saw Rochelle Juma and they assumed that's a guy. So when I walked in, the panel was like, Rochelle is female. Oh, we thought this is a guy. I'm like, what? Okay. So when they did the interview, it was very, for lack of a better word, it was so misogynistic. So I think they're just trying to, we never wanted a woman in the first place. So I actually asked them, why do you think the men are better? And one of them said, it's you, when you get your periods, you won't show up, or when you show up at work, you're going to be moody, and what happens when you get pregnant? So you have to, the time that you go home, the company loses, like, and I'm like, okay, that's, at the time I did know, I didn't take it, so I was like, thank God you answered, so now I know why you'd pick these ones over like me. But I feel like you can find a way to work around it. I don't know.
Or if they want, maybe in some jobs, work areas, they want only men. I think when they're making the vacancy or whatever, they should just indicate we need only men, because there's no way you're gonna go there and they ask and they tell you that that's not an excuse. I mean, we have countries, and recently we had Zambia, where women they have this break every month for their So,
but I don't think the company loses, because a gender that is good at multitasking is women. Like, they're so good, they can still do, like right now we'll be seated here and someone, the crumbs in a maliza, but you just show up without smile. Deep down you're dying, like you're waiting for the cameras to go up and be like, hey guys, like I can't, but you don't show it. Imagine if the other gender would be going through this. They're the ones who they can't do this, like, story.
can't bear.
Yeah. So I think also in terms of like les défis, like you said, colorism, and also like beauty standards. For a long time, it's always like, if you look at the billboards when you're a kid, leave like the media, the things that are only recently is when they're using like black people.
Yeah.
But if you look at some of the billboards that they're using more of like dark skinned or like black ones. But most of the time it would be either like fair skinned people, or really, there's actually an advertisement back in the 2005-6 there for what was it? It was like a Fair and Lovely, actually. So Jules even talked about it. The other time I couldn't remember as a kid, so I learned this from Jules. And then she said, you'd find a black woman would walk out, go on a date, and then come back and is telling a friend, like a light-skinned one, that this guy rejected me and I don't know what I did. And it's like, oh, maybe you should try Fair and Lovely. And at the time, Fair and Lovely would make you like, actually gonna parara. Like, there's no way you're gonna be light skinned from that thing, but you look like so pale. Yeah. And the friend would be like, try this would work. And then she went on a date again, and the guy asked her to be the girlfriend. But that was so wow.
But the marketing and PR Like,
It was so shitty. Like, no, ain't no way who's going to. Okay, but they did believe that because so many people used Fair and Lovely for quite some time. So I think one of the challenges has been the beauty standards and like pitching women against each other. Because now you'd find cliques of only light skins walking alone because they're like, if you walk with this one, you probably won't get pretty privilege. And that's also where pretty privilege comes from. It's more of like being lighter, almost being mixed race than being like a une femme noire.
family settings.
Discriminated against. Yeah, that's another one. I think because when we did an episode where we were saying something controversial, like an opinion, I said everybody belongs to the kitchen, not just the female. Even the men, because they're going to. So I think even in family setups, like making the women during gatherings or like
it's the
family events, it's the women, and then men can just sit and drink. Nah.
The next question. Qu'est-ce qui vous rend fier d'être une femme?
Okay. Don't ever started.
Ok, c'est moi.
Ouais.
Oui, il y a beaucoup de choses qui me rendent fière d'être une femme. L'un des raisons, c'est parce que je suis une femme. Ouais. Je suis fière de moi d'être une femme. Je suis née dans une société où les femmes étaient quoi? The females were not viewed, okay? Were not seen as equal to the men, okay? And I'm happy, right? What makes me happy, makes me at least have some hope. We have ladies, we have girls who are working day and night to bring that gap, to fill that gap, okay? So that no man is going to tell you, even if it's your husband, I hope, no man is going to tell you that you are not equal to me, okay? You are, of course, there's that respect. I'm not talking about respect, okay? I am talking of man and woman, like I am created by God, you are created by God as well. But what I didn't live in the ancient times, I don't know, even I was born even in the times before, how do we call it, colonialism or something. But the stories I've heard is that women were treated really badly. And so je suis fière d'être une femme. Et maintenant je sais mes droits, like I know my rights, right? Oui,
C'est la Kenyan police staff.
oui, je suis content que maintenant on peut se comporter comme des hommes. Et maintenant, il n'y a pas une grande différence entre les hommes et les femmes. Parce que maintenant, il y a des travails comme pour nous tous, ok? Oui.
Je pense que pour moi, tout d'abord, je peux porter des talons. A man could never wear heels, so if you're short, you're short.
Yeah.
I think they're made for men.
I know they do. I saw that. Yeah, they're made for men. But you know, thank God, in Kenya, I can wear heels. And some made for men. Yeah, they were.
They were made for men in the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Because it made them taller, and then when you're taller, it's more power. Because you have to look at your Yeah. Okay.
Thank God to them. Such a good invention for us. Kenya, I think what she said, I have my rights. Not really rights, but I can actually stand up for myself, and not so many people will come at me compared to other countries where women are really silenced. And just the other day, women in Saudi Arabia were now allowed to drive. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I feel like in Kenya, I can do what I want. It just minus the negative aspects where it may be security, whatever, but I still have rights to be a human being. Like I can drive, I can go to school, I have a bank account. Okay, don't. Like, yeah, I have these things. I can buy and own a car. I can own land, a house, which is something that it's very beneficial, like in my country compared to women in other countries that are really silenced. So yeah.
Moi, tous les jours, je remercie le Seigneur. Because if I was born in the 18th century, I would have already probably been burnt at the
Stoned to
stake
death.
or stoned to death. Because I feel like we're not there yet, but we have a lot of freedom, which you should also appreciate. Having been born in a patriarchal country and a patriarchal
Thanks to
society,
feminism, by the way.
yeah, I thank God for being an educated woman in this century.
Yep.
So that I mean, we have more to go. We still have a lot to work on. And the fact that I can work, I can be the breadwinner. I don't want to, but I can. I have the choice to, and I have the choice to make my own choices. But that is just all because I'm grateful that I know there are people who vote. The fact that I am a woman in the 21st century, that is all. That for me, that is all that I'm proud of that.
Okay, for me, I would say what I'm proud of in Kenya at this moment for being a woman in Kenya this time is my independence. Yeah, because I think you see in Kenya, there's a lot of stereotypes about women having always like sugar daddies, like just life doesn't go well for you, and you just find a man who's gonna take care of you. I mean, I really hate that because I think we've been given all these opportunities and all these rights, and at this point, you can be able to take care of yourself as a woman. You don't need some man or even like another woman or whatever.
I made my mom.
What I'm trying to say is you don't need anyone else to take care of you because you can do everything on your own. Really. Like, comme vous avez dit, ici au Kenya, on a des lois, on est permis de faire beaucoup de choses, on peut conduire, on peut travailler, on peut faire toutes choses que les hommes font. Donc, it's just you to decide, I want to do this for myself. Many people said, I can be the breadwinner, but I don't have to, but I can be. I have the,
If you want.
if I want, I have the option to be. So, yeah, I think that's something I'm really proud of for being a woman. Because for men, you just know that you have to be the one to do it. Like, the responsibility is yours.
You have no option.
You have no option. But for me, I can find and do this for myself. Ça me fait beaucoup de plaisir et ça me fait confiance d'être une femme.
An example of when you've said, like, as a woman, you're expected to have a sugar daddy. I really hope my family doesn't watch this. But just the other day, I went to the club with my friend. We were having a girls' night out. And I remember walking into the club, and so many men would be like, come sit in our table. And you're like, you thought when we came here, we didn't. We have our own money. Like, we knew where we were going.
We came to look for that table.
For what? Just for drinks? Like, that's not what we're here for. Even after it ended, one of them came and was like, we can drive you home. And I kid you not, my friend was like, we have a driver. I know we look so but we have a driver and we don't need you.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing because now we have our own money to go and decide we want to sit in the VIP so that we can get away from this hyenas. That's a really bad one. J'ai une autre question. Quelle est la norme sociétale que vous ne suivez pas en tant que femme? What's a societal norm you don't follow as a woman? You've like this. Yes, no, I'm not following this one. Je sais pas comment c'est. Je pense pour moi c'est the submissive part. Maybe people can say you're still young, you're still learning to, but as of this point, at my big age, in my mid-20s, because I don't even say early 20s, they'll be like, you'll grow up. I don't believe in being that submissive where you go to the kitchen, you take care of kids, you do it, but we have to do it together because this is a partnership. And then if I went to school, you have a diploma, I have a diploma. You have a degree, I have a degree. I don't see why all of us will leave work at 5 p.m. and then you come, put your legs on top of the table, and me, I'm in the kitchen. That one I've refused. Even if you're out there and you're thinking, this girl looks like a potential, I'm not. And I refuse to be called a wife material. I don't like being called that. And I aspire not to be the wife material that the society puts. Yeah.
I don't know if this is I don't know if you're gonna take it as a question or what, but how do you understand submissive? Okay. Or I think we should just maybe ask the men this question, okay? What do they mean when they say that I want my wife to be submissive? Like, is she supposed to wake up at 4, like have my water prepared, my food, take the kids to school, or is that the meaning of submission to them, or is it that submission to them is you taking care of yourself, ujivai vizuri, just be nice, and he's being good, okay? Like when
Like
he
a
calls you,
candy.
I have this meeting with my guys, I want you to show up.
Yeah.
Is that submission? Okay.
Like being an candy, it's like I want you to be seen.
Yeah. So
And that's when you're
that's what I want to know.
Yeah, trophy wife.
No, I think society's definition of submission is the man is on top of you. So everything to do with serving the man, but then they get it wrong. Submission in the Bible also is letting the man lead. But the way the society has put it is you're the donkey and I'm the one riding the donkey. So that's the definition of wife material action. Yeah.
Wow. C'est la question de getting kids. Yes. I am at a point where I tell myself, I've not had the discussion with my family because I've talked to my friends and people around me, and I'm like, I'm at the point where whether I get kids or not, it's not something I hold really close to heart. I want the choice to be child-free if I want to be. You're not making me be a mom because society expects a woman to be a mom. What if I don't want to be a mom? What is that? So I'm at the point where I know it's expected. The society expects that. But if I want to have a kid 10 years down the line, I will. If not, I will be okay being the auntie. I have so many friends who will have kids.
What if your friends also don't help?
Then I will have other friends who will want.
I was brought into this life to be a mom.
Yeah.
I do want. Oh my God, a lot of that.
Yeah.
So at least now I have an auntie.
Yeah.
Rich.
Okay. For me, I would say just changing myself for someone. Yeah, that's something I will never.
Does that include also your name when you get married?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Like, what do you mean by changing it? I mean,
Like taking a surname.
oh, you won't take
Taking
this
your
one.
husband's
Oh.
Because this is okay. The Bible says we become one and everything, but I was myself first before I met you.
And why not take my name?
Yeah, why not you be the one to take my name?
But the Bible says
We are in a partnership.
this surgery is really gonna come first. The Bible says it's the lady that lives to the husband. But even the man leaves
What if I
his
get
house.
an
It
Indian
starts
husband?
with
Yeah.
the man leaving
His
the parents' house,
Yeah.
goes get a woman, and then they live. Doesn't say where the woman comes from. Gets a woman, and then they build a home together. So it's the mother actually leaves the parents' house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So there's okay, there are some things obviously in a partnership you're gonna have to compromise for your partner.
Yeah.
But
Come.
like okay, how should I say this? Like If he's a person who is not he's not so extroverted, let's say
Oh,
that.
okay,
Like
okay.
you're in a social
Okay.
space, he's not someone who would go and talk to people so much.
Yeah.
He just wants to sit with you there and that's it. Like that's something you can actually compromise if you're a very extroverted person. Like when you go somewhere with your partner, you can be like, okay, today I'm just gonna spend time with you because you're not there yet to be with other groups of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some things like, okay, there's a time I was in a relationship with someone, and then we were looking at some photos of some girls, and then he saw someone with some nose rings, and then he was like, "Yeah, I don't like girls with nose rings, me." And then we were three people, okay, me, him, and his roommate. And his roommate was saying, okay, now if she gets a nose ring, what are you going to do? Then he was quiet. Then I was really waiting for that response. I was like, if you say you don't like girls for nose rings, what if I get a nose ring? Will it change who I am? Will it change us? So I was like, because of that I was in a rebellion phase. I was like, I'm gonna get that nose ring. Let's see where we're gonna get. So I think a major thing for me is not changing who I am for someone, because I have built who I am. I have tried to get to my, like, I'm imagining at a point where I'm married. I've already gotten to a point of my highest self that I can be in. So for me to like change something, like deter something about me because of someone, I don't think that's negotiable.
Ok. La dernière question. Quel conseil donneriez-vous à votre 15 or 15-year-old you? What advice would you give that girl? Because I feel like 15 is when you start getting into like the adolescent life completely. What advice would you give that girl?
Hey. 15-year-old would. I'd say believe in yourself, believe in your voice, and take up space. For a really long time, I was timid. I know it's hard to believe that, but for a very long time, I did not. I was the girl who would like not speak out my mind.
Yeah.
And go with the flow. So to my 15 years, if I'd done that, say
No, actually, when people say if I did that, you needed to go through that for you to. So you are the correct one.
yeah, speak up. Speak up, take space.
Clarice?
What I'd say to my 15-year-old, I think, okay, if they could take back time and we are shown a big mirror, this is you the first day you turned 15, I'd say maybe it takes time, I think. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Yeah, that's all. Maybe now.
Much believe I will tell myself that you are it. Like, you are it. Because I think Kanzo, I was so, I wouldn't say timid, but I was not so comfortable with myself. Because I think, as you can see, I'm a very tall girl. So I didn't know at the time I was starting out to become tall. So even my big bro would tell me like, you're tall.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, he would even tell me like, you're gonna have to find a tall husband, and that's so hard. So like, I'm just telling myself, oh my god. So I think that like made me less confident in myself. Yeah, but as like I wouldn't even wear heels, and I used to wear heels. Like I would look for the flattest of shoes. Like even when I go to school, I didn't want tafis because tafis normally
Higher.
Yeah, I would want those. They buckle them up because they were flatter. So I used to tell my mom, oh, I just want. And my mom, I think she noticed it at a point. And she was like, no, you're gonna wear these tafis. And she made me do it till it reached a point. I was just like, by the way,
It's okay.
yeah, like I'm tall. Like this is me. Like I'm tall. So yeah, I think that's something I would tell my 15-year-old self. And as time went by, that became like my superpower. Because in high school, I think that time I was in Form 2 or something. When I reached Form 4, I was like this influential people in school. Because yeah, I really like my height was like my superpower. So yeah, till today, this is something that I think the way you said you have to go through some things to get to where you are. Yeah, that's something that has really shaped me to like love myself so much and be confident in myself. So you can't tell me, Sijui. Yeah, you can't tell me anything.
Where's in the show?
Who's in your show, by the way? Because you don't know me, and I know I'm it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Pour moi, I'd say tu es très belle. Also made struggle with like self-esteem, but only because I went to a school that was full of colorism and then I had severe acne. So for a long time, my self-esteem I used to say was at negative 16. It's that bad. It was so bad. But I'd advise my 15-year-old and tell her, you're actually really beautiful. Like you have no idea. You are so pretty. So but that's so weird because now I was going through like another self-esteem of like big short. I've never imagined like tall people. In my head, I'm like, hey, where? Do you know how many spaces I had to walk to and I'm told you're in class? Another time you finished your diploma. You're like, yeah.
It's just both ways. Like,
But for the shortness, it's common, right?
No. Have you watched the movie Tall Girl on Netflix?
Yeah.
So when I saw it, I realized it's just that the tall ones don't speak about it so much because there's so many short people. So yeah, but even them, the one that's silent is the worst than the one where I know I can count three other short people. So I'm like, I'm just going.
The entire squad of those.
So it doesn't the when you throw the stone, it doesn't hit me. There were a couple of us. Then the silent one, when it's like a few people. Yeah.
I think it just goes both ways. Because even the way you said which class are you in? In high school, imagine standing in an assembly of people and your head is the one that is popping up. That does something to you. Yeah. I can see everyone's head. So yeah, I think most people just decide to be quiet on it. Speak about it a lot. Yeah, but it's something that affects like a lot of people.
Okay. Food for thought.
Maintenant, on va jouer un petit jeu. Petit jeu rapide. So I say a phrase and then you complete it with your own words.
Okay.
Sawa. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Right? D'accord. The first one. Une femme noire est
What? Black man is strong, eh?
Where?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. Ethereal. Yeah.
Okay.
Say the basic. Belle.
C'est vrai.
Si j'avais un message pour les gens feel c'est secret, if I had a message for young girls,
So I thought.
it's
a game, right? Yeah.
She's winning so far, by the way.
Tell like young girls, oh my God, respect yourself and love yourself. Respecting and loving yourself are two different things. So respect and love yourself.
See, you have time.
There's so much time. Not stress about that. Le monde a besoin de plus de femmes qui. Le monde a besoin de plus de femmes qui.
Aime leur-même.
Yeah. That's what I would say now in English. Love themselves. Love themselves. Yeah. Any last words to the younger audience that's like watching? If you had to give them just one sentence of like advice.
Yeah, say just take your time. step by step.
Anytime where
You
really want to it.
So, when you're in high school, you're just thinking about what's the next, what am I going to do in campus? What course am I going? Yeah, like it takes the fun out of everything. Because like, what are you going to be when you grow up? Like, it's not important. Like, okay, no, it's not important, but it's not the main.
It's not.
Step by step, just take your time. These things, most of us, you even end up in campus and you're doing something, and then after 1 year, you want to do something else. So it's never really that serious. You're just gonna figure it out step by step.
I would say every process is a learning process. Yeah, that's it. Because I'm learning as well, and the more you learn, the more you realize you know nothing at all. And I've been ashamed in many places for assuming that I know. But so every moment, every process, everything we go through is a learning process. That's it. Okay.
Like, I wish or I hope I was at a point where I was able to like I don't want to call it craziness, but be as demanding of space and not care about people thinking that I'm crazy. Now I wish I was crazy. So be crazy. Do it all for you. And don't be afraid of the limitations, the knock of the society. Just go out there and be the best of yourself, because you've grown in a place where, in a society where we're trying so much to be all similar, and they even make it into the clothes that you buy to look like you're wearing uniforms. So be extraordinary.
I think for me would be choose yourself. As a young girl, as a mom, as a wife, as a girlfriend, as a sister, choose yourself. You come first before everyone else. So you can be able to take care of every other person after you've taken care of yourself. And I think that's something that have you realized that so many people pleasers are women because they're brought up to be, don't take up space. Like you make sure every other person is comfortable. But you choose you, even as a daughter, you come first before the needs of parents or siblings or partners or even kids. Yeah. Au lieu de qu'est-ce qui a attiré votre attention, aujourd'hui we're gonna ask what's a fun fact about you? Something that most people don't know. That's fun. Something that's why it's a fun fact about you.
Okay. Moi, quand j'assiste dans des autres réunions et ils me demandent la même question, souvent je dis que je parle français. Mais ici, on parle.
All of us here we do.
Donc, je sais pas, je peux dire que je chante.
What?
Standards are so high.
Yo, I can't say, but she poesy.
Wow. Everybody's so creative. Clarice. Oh, you still want to be the last one?
Please.
I think mine. I'm low-key a cartoon, like a comedian. If you look at it at somewhere, you'd laugh. See?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, I think a fun fact about me. Yeah. Or maybe I can fight.
You can fight?
I can. I say it so.
You just said my fun fact.
You can, we can all do.
You can do it.
Yeah. Moril is a big.
Short people.
Very dangerous.
But I'm not violent, just for self-defense, guys.
You just said my fun fact. So.
But mine, the first one is I'm actually a cartoon for real.
In a car.
Clarice can fight.
Yeah, I
You
can
can.
fight.
Wow.
But everybody can fight. Like,
No.
Really? Tukifika kwa ile self defense whatever.
Not all women can, because people have different what are they called? Reactions. Yeah. There are people who they run away. There's some who freeze. Then there are those who fight.
I have a friend who, when she counters maybe disagreements with a partner or something, she keeps quiet.
So her reaction is freezing.
Yeah, like she just sleeps. Like mmekosana kwa nyumba na anaenda kulala like kwa kitanda. Hiyo siku ya kitanda na mwaga maji. So for her, she doesn't like like she believes
like confrontation.
okay, if I say too much, if she listens to this podcast, she'll know it's her. Yeah. So I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Being
But
off camera,
that's how it is. She keeps quiet. Okay. Yeah.
But you know something my mom told me? When you're in agreements, you shouldn't be afraid of confrontations. Even if you're arguing with men, even if you'll be pointing out while crying, say it. Even if you're trembling, even if you're crying, even as long as your points come across, instead of being quiet and letting people just step on you, say it. However, even if you say it while screaming, these days they call it crash out. You crash out, it's fine as long as your point is out there. Good. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share, tell us your fun facts about being a woman in Kenya. Quels sont les défis which you go through, and who are the women that you look up to? Could be us as well. You know, I'm quite the motivation. I'm not your motivation. I know I am. For real, I'm not.
You are.
Me.
Wow.
You said you can find, so
I mean,
want
yeah,
to
she
try.
can find. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, Bonne Journée Internationale des Femmes. Des femmes, which fee?
Unamesema fi? Unamesema defi?
Yeah, that's just the first. I stopped.